Hey everybody. I'm Shake. I am a singer-drummer for 20 years and I've just started DJing, and I just want to do like little videos about like these speakers because over the last 2 years, I've gone through so many speakers, so many column speaker systems. I've gone through a few subs, and I've just had this little experience that I really wanted to share all in one go for everybody. So this video, I'm going to be focusing on the JBL EON ONE Mark 1 column speaker. It is a 10-inch sub at the bottom. It's got multiple channels in, so you could do like two vocals, a guitar, and maybe an electric drums. And it was great because it was light. The tops could actually fit on the back, and you could carry it all in one go. So it had like a little rack system at the back of the sub, and you could put the poles through there. That was cool. It was a plastic enclosure, so the sub was quite light, but I was concerned that long term I would not be happy with the sound. The max SPL is 118 decibels. So if we use our little 85% rule, so I've just been noticing with all the videos I watch, even though something says it's 130, they don't actually hit 130 when they max, when they hit red line or limiter. From memory, it's about 117. So let's just go through. So 100 divided by 130, it's about 90%. So someone who's got a 130 decibel speaker, they're probably going to get around the 90% mark, which is 117, before it maxes out. So let's go with the JBL EON ONE, 118 decibels. So we're looking at about 100. So if you go to most small, medium venues with a cover band, soloist, even a DJ, you're looking at around about 100 decibels as their max. So just as a context, if you get a JBL EON ONE Mark 1, you're probably going to max it just before limiting at 100 decibels. And you don't want to max out your speaker the entire night. Ideally, if you want to run your music setup at 90 decibels, you want that to be like 60% or 70%, but you don't want to be maxing. You don't want to be pushing and stressing your speaker, especially when it comes to things like bass. So if you're a singer, guitarist, soloist, maybe like a small acoustic duo, or you're just doing house parties, small venues, yeah, you could probably get away with this one. The second speaker, so I sold the JBL. I sold it within a week or two, just because someone offered a good price. And then I got the YAMAHA Stagepas 1K. It had 125 decibels as a max SPL. So this is the Mark 2. Mark 1 was not as loud. So 125 for your max decibels. So you're looking at about 106. So from my point of view, my thinking is I'm going to run this speaker at about 100. That means I've got 6 decibels of extra headroom. I'm not going to stress my speaker. It has multiple channels in, it has the effects, it's got the EQ, it's got the 12-inch sub. I should be sweet. The one negative that threw me off the speaker straight away is if you have a look at the back of the dial, it's got like not a bass and a treble EQ knob. It has like a curve. So if you turn it one way, it goes more of a flat, mid and high, and it trails off the bass. And then that's good for vocals. And then if you turn the dial the other way, it has more of a smiley face. So then that's going to have a little bit more bass and treble with less mids. And I found that didn't suit me when I wanted to EQ my vocal or the backing track or the drum kit. So I was like, oh my God, this is the speaker that I wanted to get. It's within my price range. They were $2,000 brand new, and I was so lucky to get one for $1,000. Unfortunately, the guy had hurt his back and he couldn't lift the 12-inch sub anymore, so he was happy to get rid of it. But yeah, so I did sell that speaker off. I sold the JBL, and my ending speaker is this, the Evolve 50M. So these are $3,000. I actually got one with the sub only. They'd actually broken or lost the top and the pole. They didn't specify. So I bought the sub secondhand, and then I bought the top brand new. Put it together, and I've got my new set. So this is 127 decibels, max SPL, which means I'm looking at possibly 108 decibels before it hits the limiter. And the gigs that I've been doing with this, I'm not getting over 100. It's got the wide dispersion, has the 12-inch sub, it's got enough headroom, it's got the mixer and the EQ and so on. But if I just go back to when I did own these, I think if you're a soloist, if you're a singer guitar, the Yamaha's fine because it has the EQ knob that suits the two things that you're looking for. You have one knob for a guitarist, you have one knob for a vocalist, and you're set. It's got the 12-inch sub for the low end, the backing tracks, the break music. It's Yamaha quality, so the quality, the ruggedness of the actual product itself, and then you've got the quality of the sound that it brings out. So I do highly recommend this one, but in terms of my use case, not as much. The JBL I did quite enjoy. It was light, it was compact, it had basic EQ. The only negative of this one was I was concerned that a 10-inch plastic case sub would not be enough for me long term, and I knew if I sold this, my eventual goal was to get the 50M, which yes, I did get to. But you know, the JBL EON is what, 1600 new, the Yamaha Stagepas 1K is 2000 new, and the Evolve 50M was 3. So if I was going brand new, I would probably still be on that JBL. Maybe get the Yamaha 1K, but because I was always looking at the used market, I definitely had advantages. So my goal was to get something. The way I see it is a PA speaker or any component, if it's a good brand and you buy brand new and use it for every gig but you've got a case, you're probably going to get 20 years worth out of gigs. So I had a JBL EON G2 sub. I bought it in 2004 and I sold that in 2024, I believe. So whatever that is, 20 years worth of gigs. Every gig, I did have a case at one point. That case broke and I never replaced it. Hence why the quality started to go down. But my point being is, when you're buying used market, if you're buying a speaker or a DJ deck or a subwoofer and it's less than 5 years, you've got potential 15 years of use. And that's if you use it every weekend for every gig. I'm intending to maybe do one gig every fortnight. So then that way my love for music does not get diminished by the amount of work I'm doing. But yeah, that is my thoughts on the JBL EON 1 Mark 1. That is my thoughts on the Yamaha Stagepas 1K Mark 2. If you've got any questions, you want to know about my experience, or you have your own comments, or you have your own recommendation at that price point with those needs, yeah, let me know.